Hello guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rich, this is RR37 and we're back for another week in our alternate universe mode here in Wwe 2K19 as we roll ever closer to the end of our championship tournament. We are in WrestleMania season. It is another packed show, and it's going to be starting off tonight with Henry Bobby, and he's going to be in action against who? We don't really know yet, because last week, you can see here, he made an open challenge to anybody who wanted to accept it, and wow, this was something I did not expect. It's going to be Harvey Danger that accepts the open challenge of Henry Bobby. We have only seen Harvey once. I think it was 3 weeks ago now, winning his debut match against Triple H. This, you could argue, is a step up for him, although Henry Bobby has a bit of notoriety here because of the high, what's the word I'm after here, the high profile matches that he's had. But his record's actually not all that great, so we'll see how this one goes. It's going to be experience and hard work versus youth and also hard work. I mean, look at the specimen of Harvey Danger. He obviously works hard in the gym, keeping himself in shape. And it's going to be interesting. It's his first match in front of the cameras, so that could play a part. It could have an impact on his performance here. It's one thing to win a match off camera like he did in his first outing, but it's like I say, in front of the cameras it's a little bit different, and Bobby is going to have much more experience where that's concerned as well. It looks like it's a heavy hitting affair straight away. They're just throwing bombs at one another. Danger going for the quick pin now, and hopefully this match will settle down now so we can talk about Danger a little bit, because obviously we know bits about Bobby already now, but we literally know nothing about Danger at the moment. His ring attire and his entrance gives away obviously the fact that he's come from a biker culture, a street culture. But the bits that you guys won't know, and the bits of information that I've picked up when I've been able to get a word with him, is that pretty much from birth, to be honest, Danger has had to fend for himself. He dropped out of school, got no education to speak of, but having said that, being on the streets and growing up in the environment that he has done has helped him to develop good survival instincts, and also he's not just survived, he's actually thrived as well. He's taught himself the reading and writing, and he's actually quite a smart guy, which is a huge credit to him to say that he hasn't had that classroom education. He's not let that beat him though. He's not let it get the better of him and let him put himself at a disadvantage. He's obviously developed his body. He's done what he's had to survive, found himself somewhere he belongs, and instead of running away from that, he's got here and he's been true to himself. You see, like I said, the way he's come to the ring, representing that culture that he's grew up in, and he's bringing that here with him, which to me says a lot about the guy. From what I heard, he doesn't actually care too much about whether the fans get behind him or not. He is here to prove that you can overcome adversity and make something of yourself, really, no matter what it is that you've gone through, just with sheer determination, the will not to be beaten, both in the ring and in life, in his case. And yeah, he's looking to thrive here, so we'll see. It's not only, he doesn't care if the fans like him or not as he goes for the pin here. 1, 2, and Bobby's out. Big power bomb, by the way, off the top rope there. I didn't miss that. But yeah, I'm actually lost my train of thought right now as he hits a stunner there. This could be all, you know. Goes for the cover again. 1, 2, and 3. And there you go, that is his first win in front of the cameras. and it's just jumped into my mind now what I was going to say. He's not too fussed whether the fans get behind him or not, but by the same token, he's also not fussed whether authority gets behind him or not either. He's here to stay 100% true to himself, and for me, I think you have to get behind that, but we'll see how that develops. Big powerbomb there. Henry Bobby did really well to kick out of that. And here, the stunner. And yeah, it was curtains at that point for Henry Bobby. Good outing for Harvey Danger. The question now, though, has to be asked of mentally and career trajectory. Where does Henry Bobby go from here? Remember, he issued this open challenge to anyone. He said he was ready for anyone and everyone. And Harvey Danger is just, well, he's put him down again. So I don't really know where Henry goes from here, but it's onwards and upwards for Harvey. And if you are wondering where his music is, well, he doesn't have any, because he says his entrance music is the music of his bike here, and that is music to his ears. So definitely a no thrills kind of guy. Yeah, loves what he represents, and like I said, he's bringing it all with him. And there, guys, is his music. And well, he's won off camera, he's won on camera. Statement made. Like I said, Henry Bobby does have a little bit of clout and notoriety around here from his whole high profile matches, so that is actually genuinely a big win there for Harvey Danger, and he's one to look out for in the future for sure. And speaking of someone who doesn't care what anybody thinks about him, Robinson making his way to the ring now, and his actions last week were absolutely deplorable. There was no need for it, and let's throw it up on the screen and show you what I'm on about now, why he makes his way to the mic. Jacob here was just interviewing Robinson, ends up getting thrown into the wall and 2010 on the concrete in the parking lot for his troubles. There was absolutely no need for that, and that's probably what's going to be addressed right now. To be honest though, whatever this guy says, there is absolutely no excuse for what happened last week, but let's throw it over to him, hear what he's got to say. Well, you've just seen the footage. You can decide for yourselves whether I was right or wrong, whether you like me or you don't. The truth is, to be honest with you, I really at this point don't care. There's bigger things than the opinions of all you idiots in the crowd here and everybody watching at home going on in my mind right now. That issue, or whatever you want to call it, with Dixon Armstrong and George Blake is the only thing I can think about. It is on my mind from the second that I wake up. I dream about it, I just cannot shake it, and it is waking something inside of me that I am completely losing control of right now. I feel for the first time in years my dark side is starting to rise up from the surface on the inside. It is bubbling, and I just cannot stop having these violent thoughts. It doesn't pay to be around me right now. So I want to address Buster England actually. I want to make it known that, Buster, if you're listening, I need you to stay away from me now until after WrestleMania, because like I said, I am losing control of everything right now. It is so hard. I'm being consumed by this hatred. And Dixon Armstrong, you want to say that I'm going to see a side of you at WrestleMania that no one else has seen? Well, you're going to get to see a side of me that even I haven't seen in the longest time. You are in more trouble than you realise, and this isn't even your fight. So right now, I'm going to take the time to apologise to you for what is going to happen to you at WrestleMania, and then finally I can purge these feelings and get my hands on George Blake. I cannot wait. And well, there you go guys, explanation of sorts I suppose. these two, Armstrong and Robinson, at the moment are taking this to places we've not even seen before. It's actually quite scary. And well, you see Buster here going to check over the contracts, I believe, so they can be signed ready for WrestleMania. So it'll be a question if he's even heard Robinson's plea just to stay away from him for his own safety, is what it sounded like to me. But in any event, it is tonight's match card. Of course, we've already seen Henry Bobby versus Harvey Danger. Danger picking up the win there. But first match in the tournament tonight is Aiden Horton against Alpha Jackson. So a lot of people involved in this one. We've got all of Cornerstone and some of the industry at ringside. So this is very highly volatile. A lot of combustible elements, but in the ring, if I had to pick anyone, just going off the form book, I would say this is probably going to go the way of Alpha Jackson, who is fighting at the moment with the weeks whittling away to keep himself in those automatic semi-final place brackets, and he's got a good chance of doing that tonight. Similarly, in the tournament again, we have got RK Ortiz and Tyson Smith. These two really, it's similar in terms of the fact they're both obviously in the tournament, but that's really where the similarities, and these two are fighting to build momentum in case they're a wild card. Basically, there's not enough weeks left for these to climb into the automatic places now, so it is just about getting that momentum and hoping on their behalfs that they can somehow just be picked as the wild card, basically. So yeah, that's what they're fighting for. Good luck to both of them. To be fair to Ortiz, he has started to pick up the odd random win here and there, whereas really Tyson and Jordan have started slipping away from even doing that at the moment. So it's a big night for Tyson. I think he needs this probably more than Ortiz, if I'm being honest. And then floating around the mid-table sort of places in our championship tournament, you will find both Stud Rivers and Brock Cruz. Stud has started to look a little bit more like himself lately. Brock Cruz has built himself quite the winning streak at the moment. Not in terms of like win after win after win after win, but it's kind of been win, 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 win. Maybe an odd loss in there, but then it's straight back onto that winning trail again. Of course, we know Jacob has tried to find the secret of Brock's behind this recent turnaround, and understandably so. Brock has said, no, I'm not going to reveal that. I will reveal it, maybe, and if I do, it'll be in my own time, which again, you really can't blame him for that, especially while the tournament is still going on. If he does pick up a wildcard tournament, he could be a real threat. And by the same token, talking of being a real threat, this man in this main event tonight, HB Kang, is quite simply unstoppable at the moment. He's on such a good run. If he could have found whatever it is he found earlier, he would definitely have been one of the favourites in this tournament. But against Dixon Armstrong tonight, I actually make him a very, very big favourite because of his own momentum, and because Dixon Armstrong has already said himself he can't even really focus on this tournament at the moment. So that's tonight's card, guys. And we're going to actually jump straight into the results. Of course, we saw Harvey Danger earlier with the impressive win against Henry Bobby. So Danger looking to elevate his career. Back to the drawing board for Bobby. Unfortunate for him. Congratulations to Danger. So for the first match of the tournament in tonight's card, we did get what we really probably expected to happen, and that was the in-form Alpha Jackson beating Aiden Horton. So unfortunately we see another loss for Cornerstone, and in direct competition against Industry, the only other faction, group, whatever you want to call it, in this universe at the moment. So is there any significance there? Really, I don't know, but congratulations to Alpha. Again, I don't think Aidan Horton's even that interested, to be honest. He's the one in Cornerstone that has multiple times says he's not really fussed whether he's here or not. He's only doing it for his brothers, really. So yeah, interesting dynamic there. RK Ortiz, I mentioned picking up random wins at the moment. Certainly he's done that again tonight against Tyson Smith. Like I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, really this is just about building momentum now. Looking and hopefully for them it is pure luck now whether they get picked as a wild card or not. But if you do, you want to obviously be in the best form possible, and the way to do that is to have the momentum behind you and keep winning. Unfortunately, Tyson couldn't manage that tonight. RK Ortiz has done so. Again, congratulations to him, and commiserations, I suppose, to Tyson Smith. Being honest with you guys, it's probably Tyson and Jordan now looking towards the tag division after WrestleMania. But that was a match that really could have gone either way. Unfortunately for Smith, it ended the way of Ortiz. And in what is a really good match, this one, on any other week, it might have been featured, but not to be. And I mentioned the form of Brock Cruz at the moment, like win, 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 maybe lose and then jump back to winning ways. He's going to have to do that again, because Stud Rivers, who, as I was mentioned as well, he's starting to look a lot more like his old self at the moment, and piles another win tonight. So good news for Stud, I suppose. I'm not too sure whether he can still get into the automatic semi-final brackets or not, but he's certainly, if not building momentum, if he does get picked as the wild card as well. So all coming up good for him at the moment. And of course that ticks us over now into our main event of the evening. So let's go ahead and jump into this one, guys. Oh wait, just a minute before we do, I'm just getting word now from Spike Jackson's office that Omar, Mr. OMG himself from Cornerstone, has requested a match next week. He wants to prove something, obviously, to his Cornerstone brothers again. So yeah, next week he's issued an open challenge, and we're seeing, it looks like George Blake now heading towards, I don't know what's happened to that TV there, heading towards Spike Jackson's office, ready to go and sign that same contract. You saw him just have a glare at Buster there, but obviously we know that they can't get involved in each other's business now. So Buster seems like he's already signed the contract. It is now George Blake's turn to sign it as well, and the story of this match just keeps picking up more and more momentum. But it is main event time, guys. HBK Hayabusa Kang on his way to the ring. Again, for me, the hottest man in this universe of ours at the moment, ready to create more moments as he's doing right now, with this, for me, the best entrance by a long way in this universe of ours. Dixon Armstrong tonight needs to be on his game. He needs to be on his game 100%, and he has already himself said that he can't stay focused right now against this man. For me, that means for the first time really in this universe that he's walking in and losing. That's basically it. There's no way he can win this match without being 100% focused, which he is not. So for me, it's already decided, this one. It is already done. And it is here, Dixon Armstrong. So it's going to be on the losing end. It's a bit of a dud, really. I mean, I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. That's the beauty of this universe. That's the beauty of sport in general. On any given day, you just never know. But the odds are certainly, as he's used to, by the way, stacked against Dixon Armstrong tonight, and part of me thinks that he's already looking past this match and his mind is already now fixated on Robinson at WrestleMania. By the way, I haven't even mentioned this yet, guys. If you don't know, I don't really want to spoil it. The video of last week is up on the channel now, as are all of the previous weeks, but this is a spoiler, so I'll give it a few seconds. Okay, if you haven't clicked off by now, I will be surprised. The spoiler is, guys, it is a Hell in a Cell match that they're going to have as well. Imagine having that on your mind, and before you can even get there, you still got this tournament to finish out, and before you can even finish out this tournament, you're in there with HBK, who is the hottest property in this universe at this point in time. He's on the biggest streak of anyone right now, and not only is he doing that, he's doing it in front of the cameras as well. This winning streak is on. He's rightly getting him the exposure that he deserves, so he's not doing it away from the cameras, you know. It's 1 count now. Dixon Armstrong was actually just flailing away at the head and the face of HBK there. He's losing the plot, is Dixon, slowly. No one's going to tell me any different, but on the other side of that coin, it seems like Dixon has got in Robinson's head, and he's starting to lose control as well, and that's from his mouth, not mine. And maybe, just maybe, both of them do have to go to that place, knowing that they're going to hell in just a few weeks' time, quite literally. They're gonna have to get more dark and more tap into that side of themselves more than they probably ever have done, at least in their universe career. Big tilt-a-whirl slam there from HBK, who seems to be getting physically stronger, I've noticed. Not so much in his size or anything like that, but he's just his overall strength. I don't know where he's getting the power from, but we are starting to see more power moves for him. We saw the tilt-a-whirl slam just. We've seen the military press in this match as well, so definitely he's becoming physically stronger. Whether that's natural or he's getting that from unnatural places, I don't really know, but we're going to see another big move here. Back suplex, and Dixon Armstrong is in all kinds of trouble right now. And the rake of the face here from HBK. He is in complete control of this match now, and he's signaling for the end. Does that mean he's going to go for the pin, or does he have a big move in mind? He's going for the pin. Ref's in position for once as well, and still it only gets a 1 count. Dixon needs to find that again. That kick out just sprung me back to the early days of this universe, when he was in the ring with Hunter King, then a favourite for the tournament. He was in there with Max Rutan, still a favourite in the tournament, and they gave him an absolute pounding, the both of them, but it took them an awful lot to put him away, and he's definitely going to have to find that spirit in himself again going into this Hell in a Cell. He's finding another gear here for definite. Clothesline now, big bulldog. Is that enough? Nice flurry from Dixon here. He's going to look to follow that up with a big move himself, maybe. Dragging HBK now over to the ropes. We don't really see that from him all that often. Big right hand there from HBK, but Dixon fights back again, and he's definitely, to say that he was unfocused, I may have had that very wrong at the moment. He's going to go for a big move here. He's up the arms, he's landed it, and he spiked HBK with the result there. 1, 2, and the big kick out from HBK again, but Dixon's now in complete control here. Wait, why are we seeing George Blake here? He signed the contract, but I don't understand why we're seeing this, really. Something's going on. Cameraman's catching up. Oh, we're finally there. Oh no. I thought that we couldn't have this anymore, guys. I thought that None of these could get involved in each other's business as George is put straight through the table. Franklin Majors, you complete son of a... this is so wrong. In the ring, we have still got Dixon Armstrong against HBK. Oh, straight into the chair there from Franklin. Why is this happening? Franklin is just wasting George Blake at the moment, while Dixon Armstrong is trying to take care of business in the ring. It was just supposed to be a contract signing, and George has took an absolute pounding here at the hands of Franklin Majors, and it looks like it's not going to end anytime soon for him. On the concrete there, back of the head bouncing, and George Blake is in all kinds of trouble here. There's got to be repercussions for this. I'm pretty sure this was not allowed to happen anymore, guys. These sick SOBs, they have completely ignored what Spike said, and it's a dark matter there for HBK, as he was in a bit of trouble here, it has to be said. But Dixon obviously distracted by what we saw on the Tron. As he's turned around, he's been hit with George's finisher, with HBK's finisher, sorry, and what a sick ending to this match. It's not HBK's fault, of course. He's just done his job. But these guys need to be stopped. WrestleMania again cannot come quick enough. It's cost Dixon. He was looking good in this match. It's cost him big time. And this is just going to add more fuel to the fire. I am sure that this has been said by our boss, Spike Jackson, that none of this stuff is supposed to be happening anymore. Yet we are still seeing it. We are still seeing George Blake victimised, and Dixon Armstrong as well, by the three now. It was just the two, but the three of Franklin Majors of the franchise, Robinson and Buster England, completely just doing what they want. Where George... Wait, it's still not over yet. They're still not leaving this alone. Where are the officials, the refs? He's just standing there watching at the moment. But then, to be honest, I wouldn't want to get involved in this either, as Dixon, he's just been through a war with HBK, gets his head smashed into the steps now. We've had George Blake beaten up by Franklin Majors, and now we're going to see Dixon get beaten even more by Robinson, who mentioned he was losing control of himself earlier, but this is not out of character for him. We're used to seeing him try and grab an edge some way or another like this, but this is too much. This is just too much. Not again, surely not again. But it is going to be again as well. He's just completely out of it at the moment, Dixon Armstrong. And Robinson is taking full advantage here. And again, adding more fuel to the fire for this WrestleMania match at the Hell in the Cell. And Dixon, no, through the barricade he goes. The fans are absolutely loving this here. The show, guys, has ended, but the fighting has not stopped. And where is Robinson going now? Oh, of course, he's going to try and put Dixon through this table. The defenseless Dixon, he's not even, well, he's just starting to stir now. Robinson's seen that as well, gone straight back over, puts him down again with just a chop. Just one chop from Robinson has been enough to put Armstrong down to one knee. Wildly missed a shot there, did Robinson, but Dixon is defenseless at this point. When Robinson did miss that shot, Dixon couldn't do anything about it because of the beating he's taking now. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Spike Jackson, where are you? He's probably gone home, to be honest. Again, the show should be over by now. We should not be seeing this. And Dixon Armstrong, for one, is wishing that the show was over as he goes face first into the steps one more time, and again another set of steps now into those ribs that have been drove straight through the barricade just before this. It is a merciless beatdown of Dixon Armstrong, who again can do nothing about it. And this is what awaits him in Hell in a Cell, guys. This is what awaits him at WrestleMania. I don't know if he's ready for this, because at the moment it certainly doesn't appear so. And surely, oh my life, he's going to do it again. He has done it again. At this point, guys, Dixon may not even make it to WrestleMania. Maybe, well, no, that wouldn't be the plan. Robinson, actually thinking about it, could be completely screwing himself out of any chance of getting his hands on George Blake right now, because if Dixon can't make it to WrestleMania, then what happens then? And the way things are going at the moment, Dixon's not going to make it to WrestleMania. The beating and the punishment that he's taking, it's not going to stop just yet either, as the arms are hooked. And here we go, 2010 through the table. Dixon Armstrong is completely finished at this point. And again, the fans are absolutely loving all this extra that they're getting at the moment. And so is Robinson, but Dixon's definitely not. I think this again just shows that he is not ready for Robinson at Hell in a Cell. He's just not. He can say and he can talk, and maybe he's trying to convince himself as he gets his skull smashed between the shoe of Robinson and the ring post now. It's just not stopping. He might, as I was saying, be trying to convince himself right now, because at the moment I'm convinced, as Robinson now walks away as if nothing's happened, that Dixon Armstrong is not ready for WrestleMania. And that is going to do it for this episode, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed the show. I've absolutely loved it, to be honest. So if you are enjoying it, again, please hit that like, subscribe and share. And I will see you all very soon for the next one. Until then, guys, bye-bye.